Hello, welcome back. My name's Nigel, and welcome to, this is my first carbon dioxide experiment. This is part 3 of it. So it's part 3 of the first one. Now, if we go back to the first stage, the first part of it, we basically passed CO2 from one of these demijohns down here that was had juice and sugar and yeast in it, so producing CO2 and alcohol. The CO2 would pass through this here and nothing grew, so we had some seeds in here but nothing grew. So what I've done is I've taken the airlock out, I've fanned some air through it, I've glued up the end, so we're basically back to a starting position, and what we're trying to see is whether all that CO2 for 41 days, what effect that's made with the soil. Is the soil unusable? So I've dropped 15 seeds in here, okay, the same pepper seeds as we used before. I didn't add any water because it didn't look like it needed any water added to it, and just tried to make it as airtight as possible. It's sitting on the windowsill, again next to the same place it was before, and we're seeing, because essentially I tried checking the pH value of it. I was expecting it to be very acidic. My pH tester didn't come up with anything different between the two bottles that we ran in the first experiment. So I'm wondering, maybe I was testing it wrong or something like that. So we're going to see whether it was just the CO2 that was affecting the germination, or whether the CO2 had affected the soil and hence germination. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to take a photo of this every day because it's a slow mover. Okay, so I'll just take a picture maybe every few days and I'll post it up straight after this. Thank you. Okay, this is part 3 of experiment 1. Pausing at this point because we're at day 8, and although you probably won't be able to see, I can testify that there is a couple of germinations in there. So what we can conclude from now, although I will keep this running until all of the germinations have come through, but what we can conclude is that prolonged CO2 into this jar has not acidified this peat to a point where germination is impossible. We'll carry it on though, and this was just a pause just to explain where we were.